We are back live on location, the 19th annual Black History Tournament. We are here with the founder,
the OG,
the owner,
triple OG.
Curtis Mclean.
Yes.
Listen, 19 years.
19 years.
Come on, man.
I want to know what inspired you from the beginning, and then I want to know what's still what's motivating you to still continue to keep going on. Like, you got to have a really good product to be doing it for 19 years. I don't care what it is. Like, 19 years, that's a long time, my friend.
Talk about expansion. Three gyms bumping at the same damn time.
Well, we started this back in Brampton at Central Peel and Notre Dame. It was the first year we started back in 2002, and I had the Peel Police with me. So I figured that having a Black history, there's nothing in Black history for basketball. So I figured, why not put a Black history tournament together, bring all teams, all races, club, everybody together in one place, but several gyms. We started off with 8, went to 34 last year, went to 48 this year. So just giving back to basketball, because I used to play myself, and the people love it. It's organized, and it's just something that I love to do, basically.
I got you. You said you played basketball. I want to know, what kind of player were you, man? Because I didn't get to see it. All I know is I used to always scream and yell at you because you were reffing and you would give me technicals and all those other things. So let's tell the people what kind of player Curtis Mclean was. Let's go.
So I went to Central Tech for high school.
Hey, shout out Central Tech.
Yeah, big up Central Tech. 1982. I was a point guard, and then I transferred to Westview.
Hey,
Jana Finch.
Sprinkle some Finch in
You know what I'm
that.
saying?
Yeah, you know what that means.
But I also took up track and field, so I left track and field. I went to play basketball. So that was my stuff to do in high school. But
Hey, man.
they used to call me Stoudemire back in the day,
Let's
because I
go.
could shoot threes.
Let's go.
Oh, definitely. I Spud. Spud will tell you. Duffin Clark's Community Center. We used to play there every Saturday.
Hey.
And that's where we were every Saturday playing, Duffin Clark.
Well,
know what I'm
Curtis,
saying?
you age gracefully.
Absolutely.
Let it be known. I'm going to let it
Absolutely.
be known. Black don't crack. You already know how that goes. But in regards to the 19th annual Black History Month tournament,
Yes, sir.
do you want to talk about the importance
Yes.
of this tournament? Because I've seen Toronto Police. I've seen Peel Police.
Yes.
Hooping. What a showcase
Great
that
game.
was, number one.
Great game.
Holy. I was about to call it a snooze fest.
Yes.
When I seen that 11-3, when Peel jumped on them 11-3, but then, boy, those Toronto boys they held it down for the region at least.
And we can't
You know what
forget
I mean?
who's playing right behind us, Royal Crown and Crestwood.
Come on, you got a little bit. This
we're
is
talking about
this is
rivalries.
intergenerational. You got
Yeah.
the young, the old, and one of the questions I was hitting the officers with was like, eventually the hoop dreams or your basketball window is gonna close, and you're gonna have to pivot to a new career.
Yes, sir.
And the officers got a chance to talk about that a bit, and just knowing when it was time to hang up the shoes and get ready to start their career. So that happened on your platform. So shout out to you for that, but let me just bring it back. The importance of this event.
I think the importance of this event is bringing teams. I have teams from Windsor, Ottawa, and Montreal, and they're all different races. Like, Black History Tournament is not just about Black teams. It's about a community come together as one and celebrating what we as Blacks brought to Canada, brought to Ontario, and brought to basketball, because
Yes,
we have
sir.
a lot of Black kids in basketball. So when I decided to do this and invite everybody up, they're all asking, is this a Black event? No. It's open to any team, any color, race, and Peel Police has been behind me from I started this, from 2002. So big up Dennis from Peel Police. Toronto, it was nice to have Toronto. Last year at Halton
Absolutely.
Region in Halton. We did it in Halton last year, and it was absolutely crazy. So that's where it's at right now. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
That's big. Salute.
Yes. Salute.
Yes, sir.
I want to know what's next, man. You said you started off with You know, every single year it seemed like the team's been it's just been getting more teams and more teams. 48. You said 48 this year. What's next? What is next? CMS Sports. What is next, sir? We want to know.
So for next year, we're looking at least 100 teams. We're in works with a new facility, so everything's gonna be at that facility at 6 courts. I won't say anything else about the facility, but 100 teams plus or even close will be next year. So that's what we're looking at. But we do things here, Jamaica, Barbados, Trinidad, and other places. So we just did a police tournament in Jamaica last November. Not this November. The November before we did a police. Trinidad and 6 police from the States came down. And Trinidad and Tobago team, they just came and just took home that trophy. They were really good. They came to play and it was really good. And next November or this November, we're probably gonna go to Barbados and do a police tournament again.
Hey, CMS is going global, eh?
Yeah, we're going global.
We're
going global. So I just don't referee. I do other things.
Right.
But putting on great events is our priority right now. So we have a Division I tournament coming up in November in Barbados, and then we have a pro tournament coming up also in Barbados. So we're doing things in different Caribbean islands.
So okay, you gonna fly us out? Is Hip Hop Hoops gonna be live on location in Barbados?
Well, if we get sufficient sponsors, definitely Hip Hop Hoops.
Hey,
I would love for you to come down and enjoy the week in Barbados.
Woo.
It's gonna be very, very nice, guaranteed.
Let's go.
But yeah, get that on camera, right? So that's about it.
Man.
I mean, we're just here to enjoy basketball, show the kids that there's more than basketball in Toronto than anywhere else.
Hey, and Kurt, I want to thank you for providing this platform for all the hoopers in Ontario and shining some light on the Ottawa hoopers.
Oh, they're tough.
Oh, they tough as nails.
Oh, they're junior boys.
Come
they're junior
on,
boys.
man. Shout out all the Ottawa teams that are in the building, in the tournament. I got my money on one of those teams leaving with the chip. No disrespect to my, you know what I mean? I'm just saying these guys are hungry, and Ottawa got them ballers.
Yeah, I want to thank Andrew from Ottawa. He's been with me for, I think, 12 years now. Every year he's come to every tournament I've done. Ottawa, Andrew, the coach, has been here supporting me. So I want to say thank you for Andrew to coming and supporting me. And he brought his junior team this year, which very tough team. Mm-hmm. I mean, I think they're going to win. I don't see anybody, Crestwood, Royal Crown, I don't think anybody could touch them.
Get your popcorn ready.
No,
Get your popcorn ready.
They're tough. So, and, thanks you and Higgy.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
No doubt.
And your manager over there, thank you, Sherrese, for setting this up. And I'm looking forward to working with you guys, throughout the year.
Ooh,
I'm saying, you know what I'm saying? And
let's go. Yo, the 19th annual Black History Month tournament. Sell off, man. Get your popcorn ready. It's going crazy right now.
Yes, sir.
We out where hip hop meets hoops.
Let's get it. We are back live on location. 19th annual Black History Tournament. We got my man Chuck here.
Chuck in
he
the
is
building.
The winner of the Peel, Team Peel. They beat Toronto.
Yes.
I want to ask you the impact, the importance of doing something like this. So what does it mean to you?
It means a lot, man. It's big, man. I mean, just for the community and stuff like that, right? Like, for Black History Month and stuff like that, we do so much for the community, and it's just good to come out and be out of uniform and just play and show the kids that, we're one of them. We're exactly like they were when we were growing up, you know what I mean? So it's good to give back to the community, show that we can hoop whenever we can when our body doesn't hurt. But yeah, man, it's good, man. Yeah.
It's crazy, though, because in the beginning of the game, you hit a 3, and then you came back and you hit a layup.
I was like, he's going for 40. Right here said, Chuck is going for 40. He's played ball somewhere before.
What was your mindset, man, from the gate to the game, man?
I told my boy before we came here, bro, I started watching Dame Lillard highlights before I came to put myself in a mindset of like, yo, I come off the screen, I'm shooting the three if the guy's off the screen.
Right.
So I was like, okay, let me just let it go up there with confidence. So I hit 2 threes, hit a layup. I was like, okay, here we go.
So Chuck, before you became a police officer, clearly you played ball. What was the
Looks like
highest
it.
level of ball you played?
So I played ball at St. Margaret de Ville in Brampton, all 4 years over there. And then after that, I had the opportunity. I played ball at University of Guelph for about 4 years with my teammate Andrew Grant on the team as well. So that was the highest level I stopped over there. Yeah.
And then in regards to the pivot piece, like when did you know that, okay, the basketball thing is not working where I want it to work? Now it's time for me to find a career. And I think being a police officer is something I want to do. When did that pivot happen?
When I was playing ball, I suffered a lot of injuries when I was in university. So it got to a certain point around like 30 years or so, I had a couple surgeries. I knew ball was going to work out like professionally. So at that time, you know, I enjoyed working with people. I enjoyed volunteering my time in the community and stuff like that. So I knew I wanted to do it on like an international level or on a local level. So I looked into policing, and it was then, like I say, halfway through third year university or so is when I decided to pursue policing like full time. Yeah.
Well, I think it's dope for the youngins to see
Absolutely.
that, yo, police officers got some game out here.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And just showing the young people what it's all about in regards to hooping and then finding a career after.
Yes.
Salute to you for that,
Salute
brother.
to you, brother.
Salute to you, that, Chuck. Real
Chuck,
talk.
last question before you go. You guys had a lot of fun. We beat up on Toronto. Shout out Peel. Shout out my boy Pompey. You should have been here. But is this something that you guys will do again?
100% we're going to do it again, man. I think it's going to be like an annual thing, 100%. We always have our tournament. We get together for the Joe Mack tournament. That's between like all the police services and like correctional facilities and stuff like that for that tournament each year. So that's going to be coming. I know Toronto's going to try and get their get back, but you know, I'm not even in shape yet. This is not full 100%. You know what I mean?
That.
You guys are not ready for 100%, bro.
Oh,
so you got the first minutes of like the whap, bro. The rest of the game is coming, bro. I'm telling you.
Chuck, I know
Let's go.
one of your
Let's
games,
go.
you're going to give somebody 40. I know it's coming. I see it. Yes, sir.
Appreciate you, Chuck. Thanks, man. Love, brother.
Right.
Let's get it.
Yeah.
We are back live on location, 19th annual Black History Tournament, and we got Jana Felly with us. Thank you for joining us, sir.
Appreciate you, brother. Yes, sir.
Ottawa, but you've told me a little bit about yourself, being from Ivory Coast. How did that whole thing happen for you? Going from Ivory Coast to France, then I think you said back to Ivory Coast, then to Ottawa. How did that whole thing happen, and why Ottawa?
Well, first of all, thank you for having me here.
No doubt.
Well, the thing is, I've always wanted to play like a higher basketball. So in Ivory Coast, the level of basketball is it's not as high as here.
Mm-hmm.
So I told my parents that that's what I wanted to do, like as a living. So they told me, okay, are you sure that's what you want to do? So they accepted and they thought about it. And so they brought me to France. After I was born, they brought me back to France to play there. And I wasn't satisfied with the level. So I told them to bring me to Canada because I had some cousins here, some friends here that were telling me that this level it's a good level. It's as close as the States. So I asked my parents if they're okay with that. So we came in Canada here to see the level and make me develop more as a basketball player so I can go to the next level.
Nice.
Okay.
So, yo, how was the basketball in France, though?
Well, the thing is, the basketball in France, it's kind of like, it's not physical enough. Like, there's too many. It's not like here, where like, if you play physical, there are no calls and nothing. it's kind of like you're kind of free to play like really hard and it's better, you know.
Okay.
But we see France like Victor is there right now. He's out of France, right?
Right.
Victor. There's another guard that plays on that same team with him from France. So France is making like headways right now of being like major as far as basketball. Question. In France, is it like you guys start early as far as the professional career? Because it's a lot different than out here. It's like the traditional route is, we go to college. I mean, we're in high school, then we go to college, then we play pro. It seems to be a lot different out there, is where guys are playing pro a lot earlier.
Well, I don't really have that much experience there because I wasn't there for too long.
Yeah.
You know, so but I think it's almost the same as here.
Okay.
Like you play college and then you play for one of the teams like in Europe.
Yeah.
And then maybe if you have the level, you go to the NBA.
Okay.
As far as performance this weekend, how do you think you've been doing so far this weekend?
I think I've been doing pretty good. Like I know myself and I know I can play better. I've played better like for like past weekends, but I think I'm still doing okay. But okay isn't enough. You have to play at your level. You have to be consistent. So yeah.
All right. So what grade are you in? School you go to? Give the people.
Give them a shout out
Give
too,
the
man.
people a little shout out.
I'm in grade 11. I'm in grade 11 at Ottawa. Shout out A.Y. Jackson Secondary School. That's where I play. That's where I go. Right now I'm in grade 11, like I said. Okay. And yeah.
Okay.
Who would you say you described your game? Like your game. Who do you try to model your game after? As far as like NBA players or maybe even a player in Ivory Coast. Who would you say?
Or maybe
that
even
is?
a player in Ottawa. Shout out the Ottawa Ballers, yo. Listen. I don't think Ottawa gets enough respect.
True.
And I'm gonna give them the respect right now. When it comes to fundamentally sound hoopers in Ontario, yes, the 6, we got them too. But Ottawa got a plethora of them.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I don't even think they even want to go D1. They're either going to go to Ottawa U or Carleton and then go pro.
Yeah.
Huh? Am I wrong to say that, or is that?
No, it's true. It's true.
Come on, man.
It's true.
Shout out Ottawa, man.
Ottawa. Well, I want to be like a player like Giannis, because he's lanky, and I'm also lanky. So like, he finishes well at the rim, and he's working on this shot, which is a great thing. It's gonna make him unstoppable, like completely unstoppable. And I'm also trying to play like my dad. Shout out my dad. He's
Hey.
been with me since I was like 6. He's always taught me how to play like physical and always finish strong.
Yes.
So yeah,
Yeah, Dad knows what he's talking about. Shout out Pops.
Shout out Pops. So what's next for you? Tell the people, man.
Let it be known. What's next?
what's next is I want to play at the best level in the world, like the NBA. But you have to go little by little.
Step by step.
Starts by prep schools and going D1 and getting recruited
And all that good stuff.
yeah.
So
That's-
I'm assuming you have a great support system, a great support system, kind of
Yes, sir.
kind of like mentoring you through this process. Is there any prep schools you looking at, or you gonna stay in Ottawa, or is it too soon to be asking you these type of questions? I'm just super nosy like that.
well, I
I
think
don't know
it's,
if you're gonna say all that right now.
I think it's too soon because I still have the time. I'm grade 11. I'm not really looking for anything right now because I'm trying to improve even more, and then play at my best in those prep schools. So I think it's a little bit too soon.
Okay. But just keep the game polished. Keep working. We
Yes,
we
sir.
admire your work. We are
Absolutely.
a fan. We will be watching.
We'll be watching.
Keep grinding.
Yeah.
And good luck.
Thanks for having.
We're hip hop
go.
meets hoops. You know what it is, man. Don't forget the name. Remember the face.
Back live on location, the 19th annual Black History Tournament. We got Brandon here from Peel, the winners. It was a grueling, intense. Yo, honestly, me and Woods, we couldn't believe how intense the game was. We're like, they're gonna come out here. It's gonna be boring. We were on the edges of our seats watching this game and seeing how intense. Do you guys always match up and like playing tournaments and it seems so competitive?
Yeah, it's been actually difficult just to try to get like some runs in, especially like coming off of COVID, only been like a year off of that.
Right.
And then like even trying to get runs in like from now, it's kind of hard. So but honestly, like today we just wanted to be like, since we haven't been playing together, let's just hustle. Let's just get back on defense and just play some good defense and let the offense take care of like itself.
So question, do you guys have like your own, is that your own Peel Police basketball team? Do you guys play in a league with other officers, other departments from other regions as well?
Yeah, so like I've only been a police officer about 3 years now, but I know that we actually face like other high schools usually. They'll let you go out to like the Joe Mack tournament or wherever at the end of like I think it's in May.
Yeah.
But for us to actually play as like a unit like that, it's like I said, like it's actually been difficult, and we haven't really been playing like as much as like we would like to do it.
Right.
But obviously after today's performance, we're definitely gonna try to get more runs in for sure.
Nice. I have one more question. In regards to how many guys played basketball, like I know you played football, right? Prior to becoming a police officer. But how many guys played basketball in college or high school before pivoting to becoming a police?
Like there are a couple of people who's not present right now that wasn't able to make this game, who actually has like a basketball background, but
Yeah.
probably like that was present today. I'd probably say about 3 to 4 guys has a basketball background.
Wow.
And obviously like on the stat sheet it'll show like you can actually tell like from the stat sheet who actually played basketball or not.
And in regards to the pivot, like when did you guys realize like, yo, I want to become a cop? Because obviously we're at a high school tournament. There's a bunch of young youth here, you know what I mean? Young black youth looking for a profession as they're getting older. Because let's face it, not everybody's gonna become a pro.
Yeah.
Like when did you guys realize, you in particular realize like, yo, time for me to easy up with football and I'm gonna become a cop?
The reason why like I actually became a cop honestly was the reason that I just wanted to like lay roots down somewhere. Like I was always traveling. I played university ball at South Alabama, where like the Senior Bowl. Yeah, South Alabama, where like the Senior Bowl was. I played there, and then I went to the NFL Combine, went to Dallas, and I played 5 years in like the CFL. So after the 5 years, when I got to around I think 28, I was like, you know what, like I can't do this forever. So I just started to think. So after like when off season hit, I was trying to think like, what can I do that I can actually have benefits, a pension,
Right.
and when I have kids. So like I really made that decision for myself. It's like, what, I could have continued playing football, but I asked myself, what is the 35-year-old me gonna want at that age? Because like football doesn't last forever. Like NFL stands for not for long.
No.
And so like I was like, let me just do something that I can still be out, engage with the community, and still kind of do like these type of events. And policing was kind of went hand in hand.
Dope. Respect for that, man.
That's so dope.
Respect for that. That was big right there. Yes, sir.
Last question for you before you go. This is the 19th annual Black History Tournament. Is this something that you'll do again?
100%. When I was actually playing football, I did a lot of like community events, community engagements. That's also another reason why I wanted to become a cop. I wanted to be able to like help black men or black females or just people in general to make sure that they go around like the right path. Being in the United States and going to the university in Alabama, I saw a lot of people kind of like throw like their life away. They take like the scholarship for granted. It's pretty much like a job. Like you have to prove yourself. Just like in sports, pro sports, you got to prove yourself every contract. So especially with these type of events, when you can see a kid, not getting like the grades or whatever the case may be, you want to be able to tell them like, hey, like if you don't get the grades in like the class and you can't get in like the grass or like the court or anything like that. So it's definitely like, important to actually be these type of role models for like these kids.
Nice.
Yeah.
It's dope.
That's dope. That's dope.
Dope.
Listen, man. Brandon from Peel. The winners, man. Let's go. We are back live on location on the 19th annual Black History Tournament. We got Joey Abar with us. Another player from Ottawa. I got a question. You guys had a tough matchup against Dugan Elite. What was your mindset in that game?
Just dominate, I'm a strong guy. Just get the job done,
Bottom line.
Just get the boards. Don't have to be fancy. Just get the work done and then came out on top. So just got to work hard. It doesn't have to be all flashy or anything. Just put the ball in the basket.
I like to call that the KISS principle. Keep it simple, stupid. You know what I mean? Just keep it simple. The basketball
I like
is
that.
easy,
I like
an
that.
easy game, and I like that approach. Just keep it simple. You know what I mean?
So you had 16 points. When you're playing, man, like I know you said, you know, you want to dominate, but it's like, is there any strategy when you're playing, especially when teams are trying to double you, triple you? Like what goes through your brain? Like, is it to just let me go out and score 16 or 20, 25? What's the whole mindset besides like, let me just dominate?
Prove them right. If they're going to try to double and triple, you got to prove them right. You'd be like, yeah, I can score 20 points. Even if you are
better
doubling
come
me,
triple
you better
and-
come triple.
Yo, I love this kid.
When you come to tournaments in Toronto, do you feel like they're looking at you because you're from Ottawa, like, this guy's from Ottawa?
Yeah, I see that. You know, because Ottawa it's not heavily underrated, but it is underrated compared to, say, Toronto. Like, if you're looking at Canada, you're looking at the ball in Canada, it's Toronto. Everything's Toronto.
Yeah.
So when Ottawa teams come, you want to prove Ottawa something, you know?
Yo, listen.
That's what I was looking for. That's what I was looking for.
Listen. Anytime I hear about Ottawa, I know. You know what I mean? Ottawa got the most fundamentally sound hoopers. They got some hoopers out there. They've been doing it for a minute. All I got to say is Carleton and Ottawa U.
Right,
Hands
right.
down.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
But speaking about that, where you from and where you representing? Let it be known.
I'm from Ottawa, Ontario, representing Ottawa, hometown, yeah.
What school though? What school are you at?
Go to West Carleton Secondary School, just little school, yeah, middle of nowhere.
All right. So where did your motivation come from, man, when it comes to this game?
Just I love working hard. I like to just win too. Like Liam said, like I like winning. It's fun. Like it feels good, exactly. And when you win from just doing the simple things, it feels even better. Like it's just work hard. I like to think workhorse. That's what I like to think about. I wrote it on my other shoes. A workhorse, man. Like you keep going, you keep going.
Yo, I hope you guys are listening, man. You know what I mean? This is what you call a serviceable basketball player. No matter what level he's at, what these type of trades that you have,
Yes, sir.
yo, you can go on any team and contribute. We got a winner over here, guys. We
Yes,
got a winner.
sir. Joey, last but not least, what's next for you, brother?
You know, I'm looking around. I'm trying to get better every single day. So maybe the one elect senior team next year. Maybe I go to a prep school. We don't know. Still looking around. Still pretty early in the year.
I got you. There you have it, buddy. Joey Abhar. Let's get it.
Let's get it.
We are back live on location at Crestwood at the 19th annual Black History Tournament. We just witnessed an amazing game versus Peel and Toronto.
Who said police officers can't hoop?
I didn't say that.
That is
I did not
straight
say that.
cap.
I know that. I
All
know they
cap.
can hoop.
All cap.
One of my best friends is a Peel officer, Marlon Pompey, and he played Division I and Pro. So I know they can hoop.
God damn.
I never said nothing like that. But
Yeah, I'll put on a show today, though.
absolutely. So me and my partner, we were sitting here and we were just talking about the game, and we weren't too excited in the beginning of the game because we didn't think that it was going to be as competitive as it was. And we seen diving on the floor. We seen the way guys were getting picked up.
See
as
my
far as
man
defense,
Jermaine take a
defense.
charge.
I seen
Shout
his
out
boy
Jermaine, we
taking a
see you.
charge. So when we seen that, we just started turning around and we tuned into the game like, okay, these guys are playing for real. Like, this is real basketball. And then we seen the skill set. We seen guys hitting jump shots. On number 52 on your team, like, he has a smooth stroke. The game, in the beginning, game got away from you guys a little bit. I think it was 11-3.
It was 11-3.
But you guys picked it up, and I'm talking the game was amazing, man. And we appreciate you guys coming out. And we really enjoyed this game, man. But as you, as far as a player, how did you feel? Like, what was your mindset coming into this game? Playing against Peel.
Yeah, so I haven't played Peel myself, but this is my first time playing them. But I would say there's a rich history of a rivalry.
I felt it.
Yeah,
I felt it.
I felt it, and I haven't even played them
I was
yet.
like, is the fight gonna break out? Are you guys gonna fight? It got chippy a bit.
Yeah. So I think on both sides of the ball, both sides of the team, we really get up to play each other because there's always been that rivalry between Peel and Toronto. So we know they were going to give it. They weren't going to take it easy on us. If they could blow it open, they would, and we were going to do the same. So that's what we expected.
Right.
Yeah.
So question: have you played ball before becoming a police officer, what was your basketball experience like? High school, college, pros maybe?
So in I'm from Aurelia, which is up north. So I played high school at Twin Lakes. Played there for about 4 years. Our team went to Offset every year. We had a competitive team.
Nice.
Yeah. So it was good. Yeah, it was okay. And then from there, I went on to play university basketball at the University of Algoma up in Sault Ste. Marie. So I played there for 4 years. I was able to be like a team captain up there and everything, which was great. Got my degree. And then I finished my last 5th year playing at Fanshawe College. So I was able to play my 5 years at post-secondary. And then after that, I was able to get hired, thankfully, by Toronto Police after that. So yeah, I was able to build up quite a resume. So.
One more question. In regards to hooping and then putting away the hoop dream and getting ready to start the real world in regards to your career and becoming a cop, when did you realize, like, all right, basketball, it was fun, but now it's time for me to move on with my life? When did that moment happen?
Yeah, you know what? That's actually a really, really good question. So it's weird because you put so much into basketball up until graduating and then getting your degree, and it's like every day is like your mindset's like getting in the gym and working out, and then the moment it's done, it's like, okay, you're trying to find a new passion, right? So I think the real thing for me was just finding something I could carry that passion towards, just in a different avenue and a different stream. So I think that was the main thing, was just kind of being honest with myself and thinking, where can I use all these skill set that I've learned playing basketball and apply it just in a different avenue?
That's dope.
That's kind of where I was able
to. That is
dope.
Great answer. Great answer. I like that.
I noticed you said that this is the very first time that you played against Peel. You've seen the rivalry. Is this something that you would want to do again, man?
Oh, I mean, 100%. Like any time we can get out here and play and get up and down, especially against them, it's always good, right? Like, we're all competitive at the end of the day, right? Like, we all have that competitive fire. It never leaves. Regardless if you haven't played basketball in 5 years, you still step on the court, you still think you got
feel
it. You know?
Yep,
it never goes away, right? So, like, even for the old guys, like, there's guys who, like, get out once a week and they hear they're playing Peel and it's like, oh, game on, right? So I don't think it ever is going to die. We all have that fire in us, right? It's just the body might not hold up as well, but, like, we still all got it, right?
So my last question.
I got you.
How's the body feeling? Do you have a shift right after this?
Yeah, I do.
So are you feeling good? Okay, just check it. And please check up on my man Jermaine. He took a charge.
He definitely took
first
a charge.
half. I hope his body's feeling right. And I know he probably has a shift later too. So hey, it was just great basketball to see.
Absolutely.
I think you put on a phenomenal show.
Yes, sir.
Your first step is still proper because you were blowing by guys like religiously. You know what I mean? So do you guys have a basketball league that you're going to be playing in, or?
Yeah, so like right now, ever since COVID, it's been kind of a toss-up, right? All the gyms have been shut down in the leagues, but I think we have like 3 or 4 leagues coming up like within the near future and some tournaments. So we'll start picking it back up, and then hopefully we can put on a better performance than we did today. Hopefully come out with a W next one. Yeah.
Yo, let's go.
All right,
we got
that's
Sean
it right
here,
there, man. We're
Let's
hip
get
hop
it.
meets hoops. Never forget, yo, police officers can hoop.
Definitely can hoop.
And it's a great job to get after hooping, like, you know what I mean? So, yo, we're hip hop meets hoops. We're out.
Let's go. We are back live on location, 19th annual Black History Tournament. We got the head coach of Toronto, Danian. Thank you for coming by, man. We appreciate you. During the game, we saw how intense you were. Like, this man is not playing no games. Like, you were yelling, you were screaming, and we were like, okay, this is some serious thing. Me and my boy Woods here, we were watching the game, and we seen how intense the game was. What does something like this mean to you?
Well, I grew up in Scarborough, so when you play Scarborough basketball at the Y, which is where I played all ball, it's either blood or no foul, right? That's how it is. So I continued on into my older years. But yeah, you know what? It's a good opportunity. I think that playing against Peel was a good experience for us. We haven't had any games this year, so this was our first game in 2023. With shift work and stuff, it's real difficult to get the guys out. We have practice once a week, but if we struggle to get the core set of players out, but we do our best. And for me, it's just like I can't play, so I just give it back through coaching. Right. So hence, yeah, the yelling and screaming. I was sweating probably more than half the guys on the court.
One thing, there's a few questions that I have.
Okay.
One, I totally love the fact that you guys have unity on the court in regards to organization. You guys are calling, you have your side out of bounds, you have sets. You guys are actually play calling. You know what I mean? And then on top of that, it looks like you have players that played basketball prior to pivoting to becoming a police officer. So how many players do you have that actually played like high school ball, college basketball, maybe even the pros before pivoting to becoming an officer?
So on our team, I believe there is about 5 guys out of the guys that you saw that played college or university.
Nice.
And then the rest of the guys either played rec or they played high school.
Okay.
So the majority, everybody on the team at least played high school. But for the most part, there's about 5 or 6 guys that played either university or college. So I played college at Centennial.
Nice.
So
shout out Centennial.
Shout out Centennial, Coach Carlsa.
Hey.
So I played in the late '90s. So I just took some of those principles that I learned from playing college basketball, and myself and the other coach, Mark Majimutu, he played at George Brown. He played at York University as well.
Nice.
So we just took those concepts and we just brought them to these guys. And a lot of the things we work on in practice is just discipline. So there's a lot of me yelling at guys to do certain things, and even down to the inbounding. Like I said, only the 4s and 5s inbounding. When there are 2 or 3 inbounds, guess what? He's coming sitting beside me. We're gonna have a conversation about that, right? So we try to instill discipline, because if you don't have any discipline, then you can't really be super competitive, because like you can't just do whatever you want. It's a team game. Everybody has a job to do, and not everybody can be the star. So we trying to figure out who fits in where, and then we just work around it that way.
And my last question: we have a lot of young people, a lot of youth watching you guys. Can you let them know, or when was it that you guys realized growing up, after the basketball has finished, in your mind, like, okay, I'm not gonna go pro, or that's just not a reasonable goal for me? When did you realize career-wise, when did you want to become a police officer?
Okay, so for me, I think what it was like, I grew up in Scarborough, right? So it's like I grew up in Markham and Lawrence area, and then then later on we moved out closer to Galway, whatever. So you know what? I had negative and positive experience with the police.
Right.
So I just, I guess for me, what it was I want to be one of those guys that somebody would say, hey, you know what? I had a positive experience with that. And like I said, I treat everybody equally. And I just remember my bad experiences. I just try and make sure that I don't, regardless of what kind of day I'm having, to not reflect that onto the public.
Yes.
So I think for me, it was an opportunity to help out people in my community, and to show, like, you know what, you can be cool and be a cop, whatever.
Straight
and
up.
you know what I mean. And I can help other individuals and kind of lead by example. So for me, it wasn't like a light turn on after ball or whatever, because I worked at the bank. I came from a banking background.
Nice.
That's what I went to school for. And then, but I felt like in my life, I didn't feel like I was doing anything. Like working at the bank, working at the bank, I didn't feel like I was contributing to the community. And this was my opportunity to contribute to the community. So I've been doing it for 21 years now. And you know what? It feels like I started yesterday, so that's a good thing, I guess.
Hey, Coach, you age gracefully.
Thank you. Because, you know what? I shaved the beard off. That's why. That's a trick. That's a trick.
There you go. Want to give it the butt?
Last question before you go. It was an amazing game that you guys had today. Is this something that you would want to do in the future again?
100%. I really appreciate you guys giving us the opportunity to display in front of you guys. It's like sometimes our community doesn't really accept us as well, but I felt nothing but love coming to see you guys, and the way you guys treat us from when we walked into the door. And it was like super positive vibe. So by all means, like anytime you guys want us, I'll do my best to make sure I bring out a good group of guys so that you guys can compete. But I really appreciate the opportunity, and I thank you guys a lot for what you guys are doing for the community.
Bridging the gap.
Yeah,
man.
And I said, I really appreciate what you guys have done, and it's good to see this kind of, you know what I mean, camaraderie and the love. Like I feel the love from you guys. Like I said, from when I walked in the gym, everybody was super respectful, and sometimes that's not always the scenario, but from you guys, I can say straight up, like, it was really cool to have this opportunity, and I appreciate you guys giving us the venue and the platform to actually to perform. And I hope that the guys didn't disappoint.
No, the game
didn't get a W, but
the game was solid. I was like, dang. At the beginning we thought, these guys are not gonna pick it up till like maybe the second half. It's gonna be like a NBA All-Star game type thing. But no, from the jump, they jumped out like on a quick 11-3 run. I was like, this game's done. And then boom. I seen my man Jermaine took a charge.
That's what it is.
I hope he doesn't get hurt. I hope he'll be able to do a shift later.
Yeah. He's gonna have to A5 that one for sure. For sure.
Well, shout out Jermaine, man. That's my boy, man.
Yeah, for sure.
Definitely, man.
I really
Once again,
appreciate you
thank
guys.
you, man.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Hey, we're signing out, man. We're Hip Hop Meets Hoops. You know what it is.
Thank you, guys.